branded Estes. My company name is Estes Wood Designs. I'm in northwest Arkansas, which is a pretty populated area. It's pretty booming. I'm pretty fortunate to have the amount of work that we have. I have 9 employees, 3 of those which are office staff, and 2 are full-time install positions.
Okay, what Planet Solutions software do you currently own and use?
The current Planet software that I use, well, I own several. The ones that I use the most are, I have Job Site Companion, Cabinet Vision, Screen to Machine, and I have AlphaCam Advanced. We currently have a CNC router, so that's the driving software for our CNC equipment.
How would you say software has changed your business from what it once was to what it is today?
Well, software has changed my business drastically from what it once was to what it is today. I was a little leery at first, knew I needed it, knew I needed to use it, but didn't really want to outlay the expense. But once I did, I don't know how I could do without it. We went from doing 20 kitchens a year, let's say, and maybe 30 to, shoot, I don't even know how many we do now. It's the first 5 years I had it, my business doubled every year. There were some other factors to that. One was obviously machinery to outweigh the demand to keep up with the sales.
What would you say to shops around the country who are not using Cabinet Vision, who are not using anything to produce a cut list?
I would say to any shop, you need something. If anything, just as a sales tool. If you're still set in your ways on how you do your cut list, that's one thing, but it's pretty embarrassing. I know I've been there to hand a customer a sheet of notebook paper with a pencil drawing on it and say, this is going to be the $50,000 kitchen that I'm going to build for your house. You know, they want to touch it, feel it, smell it, spin it around, see what it's going to look like. They want to see the dishwasher where the dishwasher goes, and they want to see the sink where the sink goes, and they want to see what color it is. And that is, I think, the #1 reason to have it, just for sales. Everything else is a bonus, in my opinion. I mean, a cut list is a big bonus. Save time. I mean, the first year I was in business, the third year I was in business when we implemented our CNC router, we doubled our sales without hiring any other employees. And it was all due to technology and software.
Okay. In today's market, do you feel that Planet software is a necessity? And if so, or if not, why?
I think Planet software is a necessity because in this market you can't compete if you don't have the tools that your competitor has. I don't care what kind of size shop you are. If you can't show the customer what you're going to build for them, you can't compete. Competition is the main thing. You especially in this economy. I mean, I know it's hard to fork out thousands of dollars for something that fits on a silver disc, but it will get jobs. It will get you jobs, and it will out-edge your competition, especially in the smaller markets.
You find that you get work because of the technology and software you have?
Most definitely. It's all about, in this day and age, it's all about presentation. It's all about the look. Everybody wants the look. They want to see it. They want to smell it. And they're going to the home stores, and they're looking at cabinets, and the home stores showing them something, giving them a printout, giving them a drawing, showing them what their kitchen's going to look like, and that's what you got to compete with. I mean, you've got to show the customer what they want to see, no matter what. And with the Planet software, it's limitless, especially with the vision. I know. I mean, you can put light fixtures in and cast shadows and put people in, and you know, you can design an entire house and not put a single cabinet in it. Change the paint color on the wall. I mean, we all have picky customers that don't know what they want until they can see it. I mean, I can't tell you before how many cabinets I've built. Well, I didn't think it was going to look like that. It's that language barrier, or that communication problem, to where people can't visualize things, so you got to show them what they get. And that's what I think that personally changed my business when we first implicated with software. It's obviously grown immensely since then, but that was the first thing that helped when we started with vision.
So what things have attributed to the growth of your business? If you were to number them, what would they be?
First, I would say the barrier to get over spending the money and buying the software allowed me, at that point in our business, we weren't big, we were pretty small, it allowed me to get out of the shop and sell more product, which snowballed from there. By selling a product, you sell more, you got to manufacture more, you got to buy more machines, you got to have more software. I mean, it's all in your hands once you buy it. You can't. Some people don't want to grow. Some people don't want to grow their business. I do. I want more. I want more for my family. I want more for my employees, and that's why I use what I use, and that's why we do what we do. And it's helped us venture out into other areas, commercial casework, shop drawings for. I don't know if any familiar with commercial work, but you have to do submittals and shop drawings and show the architect what they want and how they want it. And vision, we do all of that with vision, every bit of it. Round reception desks, the whole 9 yards. So,
what would you say to the cabinet shop owner who doesn't want to grow? He's got 5 employees, 3 employees, whatever. So Brandon, what do you say to the shops that don't want to grow, but maybe have 2 employees, 2 to 10 employees, but they don't really want to grow and get bigger, but they want to be more productive and be more profitable? Is software right for them? I
would say, there is a learning curve with anything you do, and it was a little bit frustrating at first, sitting there when I didn't want to be sitting there learning how to use a computer. But I would say to that person, once you learn, you don't have to grow your business. It's going to grow itself. And if you want to rein it back, go fishing. Go take time off and spend it with your family. You're going to have more free time to do what you want to do. I have colleagues that are in the industry that have vision, cohorts in the area, and one guy is that guy. He doesn't want to grow his business anymore, and he comes to work in the morning. He lays out the work for that day in about 2 or 3 hours, depending on the amount of people or the size of the job, and he goes home at noon every day and takes care of his cows and spends time with his wife, and he's pretty successful. He doesn't want to spend any more money on machinery. He wants to pay off everything he's got and live a comfortable life, and he does. I'm different. I want to keep growing. I want to retire earlier than that.
If you were to start over knowing what you know now, would you take the same path, the same technology path that you've taken up to this point, or would it be different?
I would have done it a lot sooner. I had a pretty big hurdle to overcome with buying a CNC. That's more money than I'd ever spent on anything in my life. Knowing what I know today, having the software and having the CNC and the other updated equipment that we have, I had jumped in with both feet the first year I was in business, and would have taken advantage of 3 or 4 years of building boom that I didn't get a part of because I wasn't big enough to take on all the workload.
What do you say to the cabinet shop owner that says, I don't have enough money to invest in technology such as software or machinery, or I don't have the time to learn it? What do you say to that shop owner?
I'd say that you need to make time. I would say that I'm not very familiar with a lot of the other Vision products outside of what I have, but I know that there is an entry-level program that's not very expensive, and I would tell that shop owner that he needs to try it. He needs to buy it. He needs to get both feet wet and learn it. The learning curve does take a few days. You do have time, because the way I looked at it, and I told my employees when we started, it's going to be wrong. We're going to have to learn how to tweak it. The computer only does what you tell it to do. So I was telling it some things that were wrong. I told my guys to work through it, and we did, and I don't even, all I do is sell now. I'll spend a day in my office laying out the week's work that I sold, and it'll take a full day, but I'll lay out 6 or 8 jobs versus, in the past, some of the jobs that we did took a week to lay out on a rod. Get writer's cramp and carpal tunnel and everything else you can think of.
So knowing what you know now, if you didn't have Cabinet Vision, would you invest in it all over again if you didn't have it today?
I would invest in Cabinet Vision again. I would. It's an impressive product.
Who would you recommend that should use Planet software?
You mean who wouldn't I? I would recommend anyone. I've talked to my previous people that I've dealt with in Planet, just kind of asking around, and one of the salespeople had an aquarium builder. Another one had a person that built cabinets for airplanes on curves and radiuses. I'd say anyone needs it. If you're in the cabinet industry, any kind of cabinet, heck, if it's a square box, I think you need it. More is good.
Okay. What do you think? Does that sound good to us? Yeah.
I'm not an actor, and I do tend to ramble sometimes.
That's okay. Let me ask you, maybe I'll ask some of these questions, just give me some short answers maybe.
Sure.
And just make it real short.
Okay.
And just say, like, I'm going to ask you a question, what has Planet software done for your business? Just say, Cabinet Vision has done this for my business. So.
Cabinet Vision has allowed my business to grow with me not losing years ahead of my life.
Has it saved you time?
It's saved me a tremendous amount of time.
Has it saved you money?
It has saved me a tremendous amount of money. It has cost me some money, but I wouldn't count that as a cost. It was a business expense, if you will. It was an investment in my business. It wasn't an expense.
Would you consider the software, would you consider that it's paid for itself?
The software has paid for itself.
And how long does it take for it to do that?
I would say it depends on the level of package that you buy. I mean, the more money you spend, obviously the more work you're going to have. I would say for the smaller shop, it may take as much as a year for it to pay for itself. The bigger shops, when you're talking about spending tens of thousands of dollars on a screen-to-machine package and a post and everything else, you got to generate the work, but you can't do the work if you don't have the technology to do it. And I would say that any product that I've ever bought, and we've staged ours out over the years, It didn't take a year to pay for it. We bought Alpha Cam. That's the last product that we bought. And it was a little bit more than what I was used to spending for anything that wasn't on a silver disc. And it allowed me to get rid of an employee, which is not good, but he was an employee that I didn't want to keep, but I was tied to him because of the abilities that he had on the computer, and now I had them. So the money that I spent, I've already made back fourfold, and I've only had it a year. It allows me to do anything. Same with vision. Same with anything. I think that they should buy Planet or Vision because it's user friendly. It's easy. I mean, once you set up your materials, what you buy, how you buy them, what they look like, and then how you build cabinets, and all of us out there only build cabinets in one or two different ways, unless an architect's just got his thumb on you and is making you do it his way. Once you set up those construction methods, it's cake. It's drag and drop, stretch and shade. I mean, you're done.
What about the cabinet shop again that says I don't have enough money? I can't afford the software. I'd love to have it, but I don't have enough money.
I'd say finance it. It'll pay for itself in a year or sooner, from experience.
Okay.